I'm going to start with a fairly straightforward question for you. Mrs. von der Leyen, how much time are you going to allow Donald Trump to continue dictating his relationship between the EU and the US? What do you expect, Ms. von der Leyen? Why are you waiting to come up with a solid answer to protect those affected in those sectors? You said you're thinking about this, you're reflecting on this, you're calibrating your response. In the meantime, Donald Trump is just taking what he wants. So under this pressure from Donald Trump, we're seeing that he's having problems. But we have an opportunity to deal with the European Union policies, deal with the trade policies so that they work with the US, of course, but with the rest of the world as well, because it's self-evident that our current economic frailty is there and our liberal policies are not working. They're the ones that promoted globalization and economic speciality to the extreme. Trade was meant to replace war. What's the result? Well, we've got both war, using arms, on territory of Europe, and we have problems with trade. So free trade is what we are allowing ourselves to be held hostage by Donald Trump's policies. This doctrine of free trade is what has led us today to suffer shortages, clothing, solar panels, many, many other things that we have to get in from other parts of the world. We are importing what we should be producing on our own continent in Europe. The ramifications are very clear. Relocalization of companies, increase in unemployment, and an acceleration of our environmental disaster. But Ms. von der Leyen, rather than learning from these lessons, you're continuing this headless chase in pursuing more free trade agreements with Mexico, Mercosur, Thailand. How can you do these things? This morning, once again, the European Union is talking about free trade agreements being the solution. Have you not learned anything from our dependence on those states outside the European Union? It's high time to act. It's high time to act, to rethink the way we produce. Why are we producing stuff? Where are we producing it, and what quantities? Are we producing to export planes or luxury products, or are we producing to meet basic needs? To house people, to move people, to care for people? That, Madame von der Leyen, is the question that you should be asking, rather than letting yourself into this liberal dogma, which is about markets and growth. We need protectionism to allow our solidarity to show through and live within our planetary limits, build a peace economy rather than a war economy. That is what should be guiding our economies, our lives, rather than their profits.
The floor now, on behalf of the ESN Group, to Alexander Sell.